What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm standing up. Anyway, let's get into the video. I want to talk about relapses, and I want to talk about the shame and the guilt and the embarrassment that a lot of us experience because we have been taught that relapse is this horrible thing and all that good stuff. So let's talk about it. Also want to talk about Suboxone and getting back on medication-assisted treatment after a relapse, and how a lot of people make it seem like it's this horrible thing, how people look at Suboxone like it's this horrible thing, but it's actually saving so many people's lives. And I have so many friends that have been shamed, and they go and they get off Suboxone really quickly and they taper and then they jump off and then they fall back and they relapse, and then they get ashamed to ask for help and to get back on Suboxone. And I want everybody to think about this. I want you to think about addiction and working to try and get better as a process, as a road that can have hills, valleys, dips. You can go off-road for a little bit. There might be a Y in the road where you go to the left instead of the right. You might have an accident on the road and your car break down and get a flat tire. I mean, all these things kind of happen when you're struggling with a disease of addiction. I know sometimes I can be hard-headed and I can be a little aggressive when I share, but it always comes from a good place. I just want to help as many people as I can. And I want people to understand that there is no shame in needing to get back on medication-assisted treatment. Suboxone, Methadone, Sublocade, Vivitrol, whatever medication you choose. I also want to say this. If you're someone who is struggling with chronically relapsing and you keep trying one way and you keep relapsing, it might be time to try something different. A lot of people want to put this bad name on medication-assisted treatment, on Suboxone, on Methadone, but how can you talk badly about medication-assisted treatment when you can't maintain your own sobriety? Okay, if you're somebody who's trying to fit in this box of abstinence and it's not working for you and you continue to relapse and risk your life, then getting on something like Suboxone or Methadone or Sublocade could save your life. The reason why I don't put Vivitrol in there is because Vivitrol is not the same as Suboxone or Sublocade. Vivitrol does not have that partial opioid agonist that actually helps with those cravings. It really is there to just block the effects of opiates or alcohol. Some say it does help with cravings, but I don't think it does, because I see a lot of people who get on Vivitrol, they do really well, and then the triggers and the cravings and the thoughts of using start coming. And then they discontinue their shot and they stop getting their shot. Okay? And then they relapse and they are risking their life. They could die at a relapse. So I want you guys to know that there's no shame in needing to get back on medication-assisted treatment. No shame at all. In fact, we should celebrate that shit, because you're realizing, hey, I got to make a change. If I continue doing what I'm doing, I'm going to end up dying. I'm going to end up overdosing, and we don't want to lose anyone. I know that this last year, 2020 and 2021 even, have been difficult years for all of us. Last year was the hardest year of my life. I had so much personal shit going on in my family. My husband was struggling with his sobriety. I have been struggling with my mental health. I mean, it has just been difficult. But if I started struggling to the point where I was relapsing and picking up drugs and alcohol, you bet y'all's asses I would run and get help the moment I needed it, because I don't want to die. I don't want to leave my son behind, I don't want him to not have his mom. when people go MIA and I don't see them for a long time, I worry a lot. You know, and there's several people in the recovery community here on YouTube who have gone MIA, and I've noticed that they've gone MIA, and that makes me worry. And then they come back and they tell us that they relapsed, and it makes me sad because I wish those people felt comfortable enough to reach out and talk to me, and I would be there to support them. You know, but I understand that a lot of the times when we're getting ready to relapse, we don't want to talk to anybody. We just totally separate ourselves and alienate ourselves from everyone, isolate ourselves, you know. I also never want to come across like I'm pushing sobriety on anybody, so I always leave it up to that person to reach out to me, you know, because I used to be super aggressive and like try to chase people down, and that was not a good thing. People didn't like that. And so now I just hang back. And if you need to talk to somebody, if you need support, you know, you guys got me. But there should never be any shame in coming back and getting on MAT. There, never. In fact, I highly recommend, if you're struggling with a disease of addiction and you had gotten sober and maintained sobriety and then relapsed, and you have been on Suboxone or Methadone before, to come back and do it again, because it's like this time you'll know what to expect and what to do, and you'll have a more clear-cut plan, you know what I mean? I'm still getting a lot of people that are calling and they're saying that they're addicted to Kratom, you guys. So I still, you know, if you're already on Kratom, I love you and I support you. But I'm telling you guys, like, I would rather you be medically supervised and go to detox or get on maintenance and be safe. But like I said, the whole reason for this video is, you know, there's this like shame associated with relapsing, and there shouldn't be. There's no shame in needing extra help. We've all been struggling the last couple of years. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And, you know, I don't think I'm better than anybody. You know, I don't think I'm better than anybody, because I think people almost sometimes think, oh, well, Nicole thinks she's better because she's stayed sober and maintained her sobriety. Or some people think, oh, well, she thinks she's sober, but she's really not because she's on Suboxone. Either way, I'm sitting here living my best life, and I haven't risked my life. I'm getting paid. I got my home. I got my son. You know, I have everything I need. And so there's really not anything you can say about that. Like, a lot of people either want to discount my sobriety because I am on maintenance and I speak out about it, or they think that I think I'm better than them, and I don't at all. What I do think is that I have found what's worked for me, and nobody's going to make me feel any type of way about it anymore. You know, there was a long time where people made me feel inadequate and insecure about my choice to be on Suboxone. But baby, I'm living. I've lived through many people who have come and gone, and I keep on living. And that's what I want to suggest for you guys. If you're struggling, if you find yourself chronically relapsing back and forth, reach out to me. I will help you find a great doctor in your area. I can help you find telemedicine. Shoot, I'll help you every step of the way. But stop letting your pride and ego get in the way and keep you from getting life-saving treatment. Stop it, okay? All right, love y'all.